Welcome to Off the Collar, powered by Arcos Golf. Produced in San Diego, California.
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Collar. I'm your host, Nick Johnson. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're at Mission Bay Golf Course in San Diego here. It is freaking packed. We should have come earlier. This entire range is just, man, this place must be just humming. Because every time I go here, I usually come here on like Mondays when I can't go to my usual course. And it is always packed here, but I definitely should have come earlier. Before I get too far into this episode, want to thank Arcos Golf for helping us do this. I want to thank Factor Ready Meals. I want to thank Talkspace. I want to thank Instacart. And I want to thank you guys for listening. This has been an amazing thing so far, and I hope to just give you guys some cool content going forward. I'm trying to be a little quiet just so I'm like not disturbing anybody, but at the end of the day, I don't know anyone here, so it doesn't really matter. So to start, we're going to do our first section of the pod. It's going to be our gratitudes for the day. So the three gratitudes I have. One, thankful for this beautiful place. I mean, I don't have to worry about weather. I can come out here in shorts and a shirt every day. It's hot today, but it's really just like 80, 82 degrees. It's been beautiful. The other part that I want to be grateful for is just being able to do what I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm so fortunate. Like, it's crazy that I get to do this with you guys and I get to do what I get to do. I think we take what we have for granted, and I really just want to be grateful for everything we have. The simple things from food and shelters to the harder things, to my family, my fiance, to everyone that supports me. Really just grateful to be able to be alive today. And while I say that, today was a bit of a rough day. I really didn't want to record. I really didn't want to do anything. And those are probably the days that you have to record. And I'm really thankful that there's still some joy in this world, because I went and got Starbucks just to give myself like a little upper. And no, I didn't order a massive size. The person there was just nice and gave me a freaking Trente or Venti or whatever this is called. I'm really grateful there's still people out there trying to spread joy and spread positivity, because that's really all I'm trying to be about. So, in today's episode, the breathing exercise I want you guys to do for the next 30 minutes. It's going to be a repeat. So, in through the nose, hold for 4 seconds, out through the mouth, and just keep doing that on a cycle. And while you inhale, let your tongue touch the top of your mouth, and as you exhale, let your tongue relax. It sounds really weird, but trust me, you do it for 20, 30 minutes of this podcast, you'll be better off for it. So again, inhale through the nose, hold for 4 seconds, relax your tongue as you breathe out. Really just keep doing that, and if you guys have any questions and aren't sure that you're doing it right, feel free to shoot me a DM. Hope you guys can't shoot me a text. You shouldn't be able to shoot me a text. But anyway, we're doing our own weekly reset right now. I have two main things that I use when I'm trying to kind of just get my swing back to ground level. One is the DST compressor, which you guys can kind of see there. This thing has been in my bag for probably a good 4 or 5 years. A few reasons. It gets my hands in front of the ball, so it's actually a curved shaft, so it's intentionally meant to magnify your hands in front of the ball, because once your hands start going back this way behind the ball, you just get into a lot of inconsistency, and it really turns into more of like a body motion instead of using my hands. So this guy gets me back to ground zero. If I can start hitting little fades with this, I know I'm doing something right. If I start hitting it too far to the left or hook, it means I'm basically losing my angle as I come down. I'm going, flipping my hands. So in most cases, you're going to want to keep your hands in front of the club at all times. So I'll hit a few of this just to get myself kind of started and see what I'm feeling. I really hate hitting off mats, but we do what we got to do, and it's not really like a prestige thing or whatever. It's just like it really wears on your joints and your body when you start just hitting into this, and it's not like practical. I saw something recently where you can just bounce the club into the ball on a mat because of how it's designed, and the ball will still go kind of normally. So so I'll hit a few with this and really just try to make sure that my hands are staying ahead of the ball. And I love that I can actually see the ball in the air. And gives me pretty much immediate feedback on what I'm doing. Now, one thing that's changed as of late with my golf swing is I'm trying to use my lower body more, because when I get a little static with my lower body, my hands catch up and then I start hitting it left and it starts going all over the place. So my trigger right now is to keep this knee going back as I transition, which has been pretty good actually. It gives me like another sense of timing. And it's a weird feeling, but if my left hip feels like it's been active all day, then it means I've been swinging pretty good. Because for me, right now, it feels like I'm loading into that left side and jumping out of the way. So, so that's number one. DST compressor. It's an 8-iron. Really kind of a goofy club, and everyone looks at it a little funny when they first see it. But it really just gets everything in motion and keeps my hands out of it, which is the biggest thing. The other thing that made me want to use it is this is what John Rahm uses. So if you guys don't know John Rahm, he's used to be on the PGA Tour, but now plays on the LIV Tour, and one of the more successful golfers out there. Won a couple of majors already. And I met him probably 3 years ago now at the Grand in Del Mar, and he had this, and they have like a wedge version of it, and that's all he used. That's all he told me. Like he wanted a foundation for his swing, and that's what it was for him. So he's pretty good, so I just tended to copy him. If you guys are hearing a little bit of background noise, sorry about that. We are at a public muni, and there's a lot of people here. Fucking tons of people here. It's a little weird. Okay, so step one, weird. I don't know if you can see it in the camera there, but weird bendy club. Step two is we add a little bit of spice to it. So I'm going to connect this little thing to my arm. Sorry, the picker is right in front of me. Sorry if that's loud. I guess that's why you do a podcast in a studio. But hopefully these fancy microphones that I got are working fine. So, combination of the weird bendy club and this little doodad. So you can find these online if you guys want to go check them out. I think they're honestly like $20 on Amazon. They're not very expensive. But you basically strap this to your arm, and you just make it, when you grip the club, you want it to touch the other part of your forearm. So the idea is this triangle here is going to work basically all together and turn away as one. And it's another thing that I do to just try to keep everything working as one piece and take my hands out of the equation. So it's a little goofy, but works for me. So if I can keep everything together the whole way through the swing, I'm very connected. So that one actually went a little bit left. So my feedback is I probably got around here is when I felt the ball kind of move out of my arm, and I went like that. So these are two immediate like feedback loops that I just give myself. That's what I would recommend to you guys out there, is just get that feedback loop. Not only for not only for golf, but for life in general. If you can give yourself a feedback loop or some sort of leveling out of your life, it's got to be something you take the time to do, because we're going to go through stresses in our life, and that's really going to be the main thing that you can go back to. So like for my everyday life, if my sister is listening, she'll laugh at this, but our reset when we're going through stresses or going through the motions or whatever that might be, our reset is the roast of James Franco. I absolutely love that show. It's probably one of the best roasts out there, and it just works as comfort food for both of us. I don't know why that started. Part of it might be because her husband hates that we watch it, so we kind of bond over his hatred of it. I don't know. It's just a random ass thing. Okay, so I gave you guys two foundations. Right now, I'm going to do a little bit of a drill with this combination that I haven't actually been doing, but I'm hoping gives me a little bit more of what I'm looking to do. So instead of taking it all the way back to the top, I'm going to take it like 3/4 and still try to hit it as far. This is another Jon Rahm trick that he uses just to get his lower body firing in the correct sequence. And as soon as I did that, and we're gonna add some extra cameras when I do this next at a better range, but so you guys can see the ball flight. But as soon as I did that, the ball started fading to the right. So I'm definitely on the right track by doing that. And it's just something I have to be active. Like, something about my hips doesn't want to be active. And just, I can feel myself like waiting a little bit, which is fine. To like, what some golfers do out there is they don't realize that there's a little bit of a waiting period from here to here, and then you go. But if you really leave it there, it's going to be very hard not to hit a little bit of a draw. And I'm trying to either hit it straight or fade it a little bit. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm going to go to iron. I just got new irons, so we can go over that in another episode. But now I'm going to go to a 7-iron. Man, these things are way heavier than I'm used to, but should be good. Go to a 7-iron, see if I can do the same thing. So that was a little bit of that drill where I tried to really get my hips firing. Came out of it a little bit and hit it a little bit thin. It means I basically hit it on the bottom of the club. So it's fine. Usually when you go too hard out of the way, the club comes up and you come out of it and you hit it low on the face. So again, it's like These are the things, though, that I think most amateurs will have to really learn how to diagnose. I've been playing since I was 5 years old with numerous teachers, and I think that just gives me that much more ability to diagnose what's happening. That's better. Yeah, man, I really did not want to be here. I did not want to, I don't know, just, you have one of those days you just didn't want to do anything, and nothing seems to be going the right way. And then somebody hands me a massive coffee and is like, somehow fixes all of my perspective. And I can't honestly say I've ever drinking this much coffee in one sitting. But shout out to Starbucks for hooking it up. And remember to hydrate. Well, I forgot I put an element salt in there. And that thing was orange and salty and weird. Holy fuck. Okay. If you guys have made it this far in the episode, thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Do whatever you want to do, but please help and support this channel. We love you guys. All the links in bio for all of my partnerships and sponsorships and everyone that's been helping me along the way. I'm stoked to get some factory ready meals. Stoked to get some sessions on Talkspace. Might be a day like today where it's a little weird to think I need therapy today, but you know, just venting. You know, I spent about 10 minutes, 20 minutes at lunch talking to my girlfriend or fiance over FaceTime and just venting, just talking about things. Because you gotta tell somebody. You can't hold it in all the time. If you're having issues, you need somebody to talk to, fucking reach out to me. Reach out to your friends. Send me a DM. I'll help you. Whatever, even if it's just a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen to. You know, I think the one thing I learned over the last 3 years, and I've gone through some hardships, and frankly, I'll be real with you guys. I lost my job recently, but it really paved the way for me to play more golf and play professional golf again and create this content for you guys. So everything happens for a reason, but that doesn't mean it's easy to go through. And you don't have to go through it by yourself. You really don't. And we look at that, start hitting fades. So, just to reiterate, DST compressor, little bendy club to get me started and start feeling what the club face should feel like. Throw this little ball in to get things a little bit tighter, and then go back to my normal club and hit some balls that way and try to get a little bit of a feedback loop going. One other thing you could do is go back and forth. That's another thing I really like. So you hit one with this club, one with your normal club. Go back and forth. Hit two with this club, hit two with your normal club. And you start feeling the differences right away. And I think you guys have noticed, like, I'm not here just beating balls. I've been recording this for probably like 20, 25 minutes. I've only hit a few balls. Like, I'm more concerned about the motions that I'm trying to make than the amount of balls that I'm trying to do. So, you know, I've gotten some of my best sessions out of just hitting a few balls. And frankly, like I said, I didn't even really want to practice today. So a few balls might just be all I have in me today. but it's better than sitting at home doing nothing. Get out there and work towards what you're trying to achieve. Okay. I'm gonna finish up this episode with a couple of drivers, just for fun. I had driver like absolute shit this weekend. So, finish off with a couple. Same idea, same kind of thing. But I think, so I don't have a long enough driving range at home. So I can't really practice driver all that much. So places like this are actually great, and I can practice driver. So it feels like the same motion. Not bad, actually. I immediately, just that one swing, I can feel how like loose my backswing has been, because my driver's been a little sporadic the last week or so. And that position right there feels so awkward. So, you know, that's why these things are good. Slipped a little bit. But definitely a little bit better. I was missing it left. The last two I've hit, missed it right. So we're making some progress. We're gonna try one without this. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Hopefully it's been a little bit informative. I love you guys from now until the end of time. I hope you got your gratitudes in. I hope you got a little breathing exercise out of this and started your day off right. One last bomb to finish out the session. All right, we'll see you guys on the next episode. This has been Off the Collar. See ya.
This has been Off the Collar. Be sure to follow and subscribe.